And
Right,
there we
we're
go.
off. So this is standard mode, so we will be going through the normal escape sequence.
We're also gonna see a weapon on Uncle. Either the sword, the hammer, the bombs, the fire rod, the cane of Samaria, the bow, or the cane of Burna. Any preferences you'd like to see there?
I like to mix it up. Maybe we'll go with, how about the cane of Samaria today? That'd be nice.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Personally, I always like the hammer. Gives us some nice combat, and it's a fire rod.
Alright. The fire rod does use a lot of magic. You only get 8 shots with it, although there is a couple of magic pots here you can pick up.
Yeah, and a bomb already for both, so that's very good.
Yep, 2 bombs actually for Trent.
Yeah. You always want to have that bomb for the 3 chests in the back of escape. Yes, chat is saying no need to farm here now. They can just go through it quick and have a really quick and really easy escape actually with a fire rod. Just wrecking all the enemies.
Yeah, if you didn't find that bomb, you might be tempted to spend some time, throwing pots at enemies even, trying to find that bomb drop.
So they already found the necessary small key. They need to get through the dungeon.
So no major items so far, aside from the fire rod.
Yeah, just more bombs.
Yeah.
I guess it's nice for Kakariko to get the extra bombs, be able to open anything, everything there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 or 4 bombs is what you'd like to have, at least, going into Kakariko.
Exactly. Yeah, both racers doing a good job here, not too far apart. Just one room here.
Yeah, normal time for this escape sequence, about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
After that, the runners usually head to Kakariko, but there are some options for divergence if they choose.
Yeah, they could do South Shore as well. If we find the bow, someone might go into Eastern. Although in Key Sanity, I guess that's less likely since they need the big key as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy to forget when you start playing a Key Sanity seed when you haven't played one in a while. It's real easy to forget that you need that key when you start heading towards the dungeon.
Yeah, and then you stand there and you're in the middle of the dungeon and you're missing the key and all the time is wasted and you have to get back later.
Yeah.
It can be really frustrating.
Got 4 more chests here in the back of Escape.
Have we seen the map? I don't think so.
Well, that map can show up anywhere.
Yeah, so we're gonna have the map, and the rest is gonna be. And there's the map. Oh,
yeah,
wait.
Tower
Yeah,
map.
it's Key Sanity, sorry.
Yeah, it's always confusing right at the start, especially like I said, when you haven't played Key Sanity in a while.
Yeah. And it's the most useless map as well. One of the most useless maps in the Guinness Tower map. The other
Yeah,
maps...
for those of you... Sorry?
Yeah, I think we wanted to say the same thing, so go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so for those of you maybe not familiar with Key Sanity, you don't know the pendants and crystals at the beginning of the game. You don't find that information until either you get the map for that dungeon or you beat that dungeon. So the maps in this mode actually are somewhat valuable. Especially since it is defeat Ganon goal, so they don't necessarily have to do the pendant dungeons.
Yeah, and we just found a mushroom here in the back of Escape. I don't think they're gonna check that immediately.
Alright, Firewood heading over to Kakariko, as is Trent.
Looks like Firewood might be checking Lumberjack here. Just to see if Ag is going to be required. Get that knowledge.
That's a mirror. Well, that's pretty big. So, if Swamp is a crystal, that mirror is absolutely required.
And if Swamp isn't a crystal, then we don't know, and this gets really interesting.
This could be very interesting because even if Swamp is a pendant, there could still be required items locked behind the mirror. So there's a high chance that we're gonna have to do Aga this seed.
And the big thing on Key Sanity, you need to find the 2 Castle Tower keys to be able to do Aga. And they can be anywhere.
We got a mushroom. I missed that.
Yeah, it was in back of Escape.
Okay. Yeah, I often hear it's a good idea to turn those fetch quests in pretty early, because when you find an early fetch quest, it often means that there is an important item there.
Yeah, that's true. With the mushroom, you sometimes want to conserve it so you can do fake powder later. If you find Sumaria as well, that can be a huge help.
Yeah, so you'll often find runners will save and quit, go turn in the mushroom, and if it's not something they need, they'll do a hard reset in order to hang on to the mushroom for doing a fake powder trick later.
So some more maps here.
Yeah, we had a red boomerang as well.
Very useful.
Turtle Rock small key.
And we have a Meyer small key as well. That's not going to be very useful. And our first big key. Meyer as well.
Meyer. The compasses are not super useful. They do show you, when you go into a dungeon, it'll show you a count of how many items you have in that dungeon. So it's kind of convenient, but not really necessary. Not something these runners are going to go out of their way for.
Yeah, exactly. You don't mind having it, but you're not going to go an extra step for it.
Kururu, that is exactly correct. Some dungeons gain quite a bit of value. Meyer particularly. In a standard run, there is only 2 items in Meyer. But in Key Sanity, there's 8 chests, and any of those chests can have an important item.
Yeah, or take Pod, for example. 14 items in total in there, since it normally
Yeah.
has 6 small keys.
And meanwhile, we found a flute in the tavern.
That's really nice. Makes navigation a lot easier.
Yeah, and you can activate it right away. Firewood King going to buy some bombs.
Yeah, makes sense here. It was getting kind of low.
And he'll be going down to check out the library and the race game, and then fluting away somewhere.
Yeah, I guess he's probably gonna do South Shore next,
That would make sense.
since he can't do much on Death Mountain. Can go up there, but just check one item and one hint. Could
Yeah,
go to Eastern as well.
Yeah. The Firewood King going straight into the race game, while Trent decided to check the item first, so that can save him a little time since it was just a shield.
And Firewood not even picking up the shield.
Alright, Firewood King heading over. Looks like he's going to do... Oh, he's going to go turn into Mushroom. Meanwhile, Trent is going to do the South Shore. He finds a map.
I thought he was gonna do Hooligan for a moment.
We found the map for Meyer.
All the Meyer stuff.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
flute
looks like it's
definitely
gonna do
points
Hooligan.
towards Meyer.
So Firewood farming some money here, making sure he has some for the next few checks.
Yeah, this is a secret room that we call the Houlihan room, because that tile there in the vanilla game makes a reference to a person named Chris Houlihan. And there's a glitch you can use to get there, and that's often used in randomizers because you can grab 225 rupees, which helps you out early on in the game.
Yeah, it's used especially in Key Sanity because you don't get as much money early because you find all the keys and maps instead of the money in the regular chests.
Yeah, there's no useful hint in there. It's just a list of winners of previous tournaments, and I assume whoever wins this tournament will also be added there in a future update. Gem won the last tournament. Alright, we're gonna see this mushroom now.
Yes. Time for some excitement here. And it's the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, I think he'll be keeping that.
Yes. Kinda need that.
So, just a glove away now from Dark World access.
And he's making his way straight to Eastern area. 3 items in Sahasrar's closet. And possibly some more in Eastern if he decides to go in there.
Yeah, he can access 4, although one of them is a sequence break through a dark room since they don't have the lamp yet. You can also check what is the green pendant from Sahasrara.
Yes, it can be very useful.
And it is Skull Woods. We got a pod key.
It's our second one already, so we can do some things in pod once we reach Dark World.
Firewoodking is going to use the fake flipper glitch to get over to the witch's hut a little bit faster if he can get through these rocks.
I'm kind of surprised by that since he has the flute. Could just flute there.
Yeah, I find when I play and I get the flute or the boots early, I kind of forget that I have them and sometimes just don't use them. So I think that's probably what happened there.
I find it happens a lot with boots. You just walk and walk and walk, and then you remember, I have the boots, I can run.
Yeah, it happens all the time. So Firewood will grab his Moon Pearl, while Trent gets to the first chest in Eastern.
And
finds a sword, yeah. Doesn't really unlock anything yet, but it's nice to have.
It means once he has a glove for the Dark World, he can actually clear Skull Woods and get his green pendant.
Yeah, if he wants to. Hey, there's our glove. Alright, that opens up all kinds of stuff now.
He's still gonna continue here. Check the remaining 2 locations as well as the hint in here probably.
Another pod key.
So with 3 pod keys, he can go into the back. Check quite a bit there. If you can do the hammer jump as well.
Yep, in fact, 3 keys with the hammer jump is enough to check all but 1 chest in pod.
I mean, he would need the bow as well for the right side stuff, or a bottle with a potion.
Yeah, that's true.
So did you see the hint? I missed it, unfortunately.
Our tracker, Jen, says that it was something about the Hera basement and it was not something important.
Oh, that's good to know, especially in Key Sanity.
Heart container in Hera basement. Okay, thanks, Jen.
Nice, thanks.
Yeah, so they won't have to worry about that Hera small key to go into Hera.
It can be an agonizing thing because it can show up late and then you don't know when you should go back if you've already completed Hera.
Yeah. It's such a long trip to get back there if it's the only item you're going for.
Yeah.
You see that Meyer is a crystal, and we already knew Skullwoods was the green pendant.
And we're gonna see Hype Cave here, 5 more items.
Dark container.
More love. Even more.
And a green
Yes.
green goo in a bottle.
Not very
So
hype.
not super hype, but bottles are always nice.
Yeah, it means they can check sick kid as well now.
Meanwhile, Trent is going to check the 2 red crystals, which you can learn from this guy. Dark Palace and Swamp is a crystal, so Aga is required. If you missed it earlier, we found the mirror on Lumberjack Ledge, which is absolutely required for Swamp Palace.
And Chat makes a good point. He can go to the right side of pod now with the bottle glitch. We're gonna see if he's gonna do it. First, he's gonna check pyramid.
The
Oh,
boots. Well, that's a great find. Trent rewarded for checking the pyramid ledge first. Sometimes players will skip this till after pod, or even skip it entirely.
yeah, I tend to skip it usually.
And he's not even gonna go to pod for now. He's going to go up towards Catfish. I guess when you have the boots, it makes Catfish a bit quicker of a trip.
Maybe it's also a strategy to get some of these out of the way locations, and maybe get an advantage there if his opponent doesn't check them.
Yeah, so let's see if Firewood goes to check that ledge, because if he does not, that could be a huge advantage for Trent.
Ooh. And we got our second sword.
Very nice. Of course, that is another piece of the puzzle towards getting towards Aga. We still need 2 small keys and potentially a lamp, unless these runners are comfortable with the dark rooms.
He's gonna go straight to Bonk Rocks, check the first boots location he can access. We got
Firewood finds the Ice Palace big key on Stumpy. So he did go towards the west. He hasn't gone to the pod area. Trent is going to go up to Death Mountain. He'll head into this dark room to get the old man.
first time Death Mountain here. But not too many items we can access.
Meanwhile, Firewood is going to try to dig up some treasure. And finds the blue mail.
Has to work hard for it. Took quite a lot of digs.
Yeah. And the old man has the Eastern Palace big key.
So that opens up the big chest. We still need the bow to actually complete Eastern Palace.
Yes, Swamp Palace is a crystal, which means since the mirror's on Lumberjack Ledge, we will need to defeat Aghanim at some point. Okay, looks like Firewood is heading towards the pyramid now, so he will get his boots. Oh, I missed that hint. Did you see it?
I think it said something about the Western Swamp, but some cache, and I didn't see the second one.
That's always a good hint to get.
Yeah, because it costs so much time to get there, and if you know there's nothing there, you can just skip it.
And Trent's gonna head towards Pod. And Firewood is also gonna go to Catfish and get his Master Sword.
So both are kind of skipping Village of Outcast and Skull Woods now. It's an interesting strategy here.
Yeah, perhaps waiting to see if they can get some small keys.
Yeah, maybe they want the Thief's big key as well. Complete that right away.
Oh, Chad is saying there was cash and cash on left side swamp, so we don't need to go there. Alright, Firewood King heading over towards Kakariko, or is he going up the mountain? Oh, he's checking blocks.
Check the rocks.
Alright, Trent checking out Pod and the heart container.
He did use his first key on the front door. Sometimes a good strategy to actually skip that front door and save a key that way.
Yeah, it is risky because it means you will need an extra Pod small key.
Yeah, but it also saves a lot of time not to have to go through the right side every time you enter Pod.
Yeah. Firewood checked Sick Kid, was just 50 rupees. Now it looks like he'll be heading into the Village of Outcasts or Skull Woods.
And we have Powder in the Dark Room for Trent.
Trent is pausing to think here.
He found the Titansmiths in the Dark Room and he's trying to figure out what he actually found here.
Oh. Okay, wow, that is quite a good dark room. Trent burns a key just to get 5 rupees there.
At least he won't have to worry about that chest.
Yeah. Firewood finds another Pod small key in Skull Woods. There's a map for Easter. And there's our other mail upgrade in Pod.
So a lot of safety early. We have the Powder, we have 2 mail upgrades available.
And we got a pretty useless hint saying a piece of heart is in Misery Mire. Well, okay.
And looks like we're seeing the Powder glitch here. Or not Powder glitch, bottle glitch, I mean.
Yeah, this is... Oh, I don't think he did it right. Oh, he did. Never mind.
Did.
I've tried to do that before where I bought... Like, I did it before I opened that wall, and it didn't work. But maybe it was a different reason. So for those of you wondering about that glitch, if you use a potion while walking left in that hallway, it screws up the camera, which causes the enemies to go off screen, which tricks the game into thinking they're dead. And since one of those enemies requires the bow to kill, this allows you to skip that requirement for the bow.
Trent didn't do the hammer jump, so he skipped those 2 chests as well.
Yeah, of course he doesn't have the big key, so he would have to leave the big
Yeah.
key chest anyway. We got another bottle on Skull Woods. Firewoodking takes an intentional death just to get back to the entrance here a little quicker. And he's going to go fight Mothula.
We're gonna see Agina here now. Another new location.
Yeah, Chet makes a good point. Does Trent realize he has the Titans?
He spent a lot of time in the menu, so I hope he actually saw it.
Firewoodking having a little trouble killing that Gibdo, but he gets it done.
Yeah, and he does.
Okay,
Nice.
yeah. So we'll find out what we need to get into Misery Mire. It is Quake.
And the blue potion here.
Oh. Oh, that's, I think 3 bottles we've seen already.
Yeah.
So lots of safeties so far.
And Mothula goes down. Nice fight there in Firewoodking.
Gets Turtle Rock, small key, and his green pendant, so we can go grab another item. Grab another item from Sahasra. Now the tricky thing about those Titans mitts is that they're locked behind the lamp. So depending on where the lamp is, that can give us some information about the logic of this seed.
I think, yeah, we have 4 pot keys, so I think it's in logic. Yeah, it is. You need 4 to go to the back, and 6 to clear everything, as far as I know. Oh, and there's the lamp.
There's the lamp, yeah. Of course, Trent does not have the Skullwood's big key. Firewood just gonna check out what is on Bumper Cave. Just bombs.
He won't go back for them, even if he finds the cape.
Oh, yeah, I missed that. Chat saying that the Skullwood's big key was right here in its vanilla location.
I guess that's convenient.
Firewoodking checking out the Village of
Oh.
Outcasts.
Trent gets grabbed there.
Oh,
Has
that's
to redo
annoying.
this room.
Firewoodking finding a ton of rupees in the chest game. Paid 30 to get 400.
And Zora is in logic. I think we didn't check it yet, so it could be something he's interested in, doing a fake flipper over there.
Yeah.
Strength grabs the magic. Good game knowledge there.
And there's our Quake medallion for Misery Mire. Absolutely a required item.
We can check a lot in there. We can bump over the first ledge with the or the first gap with the boots, and check everything except for cold stare.
Of course, Firewood has to go to Pod first to grab those Titans meds.
True, true.
And there's the cape. Not required this seed. It's a nice safety item for some situations. The Firewood is going to Death Warp out because he doesn't have the big key, so he can't check anything else in there.
I mean, we might need the cape for a spike cave, which is I think
That's
in
true.
logic now.
I think you would need the cape and like half magic, or I guess a bottle works as well.
Yeah, I think it's something about 1 or 2 bottles.
Firewood is heading up towards the mountain. Now you can only check 2 items. Well, actually 3 with Spike Cave. Trent's taking on Mothula. Blue Mail, lots of magic, and the Master Sword. This should be a fairly easy fight.
Nice fight. I think he took just 1 hit there.
Firewood gets his Eastern Big.
And doing a nice spin speed trick here.
Yep. You can see a key on top of Spectacle Rock. I'm not sure, did Trent check this cave?
Yeah, he did. I think it was the west side swamp hint.
Ah.
Oh yeah, it was. Nice bomb jump there from Firewood King.
Looks like he is going to check out Spike Cave. There's 4 bushes there in that circle that will sometimes have a fairy or some hearts in them.
Yeah, and he wants to save as much magic as possible here.
Got a Turtle Rock map, so we'll know if that's a pendant or crystal. Trent, meanwhile, grabs his lamp. Where's Firewood King gonna go next?
We know he needs to go to Pod.
Yeah, but he's gonna go to Agina first. Trent, meanwhile, head heads towards Thieves Town and Village of Outcast area. And he does have the Titan's Myth, so he can also do Hammerpeg Cave and the Blacksmith Chain if he wants.
Right, that will be something new. Something we haven't seen yet.
Firewoodking takes a second to think about where he wants to go next.
Also, Trent is gonna pick up his Quake medallion soon here, so he might go into Mire as well, once he has that.
Yeah, we got a lot of Mire items early on, which might make that a desirable play. Although we are still missing the Cane of Samaria. Firewoodking, as we thought, looks like he was trying to set up a fake flipper.
Having some issues with it.
There we go.
I guess he wants to take advantage of all the money he found.
Firewoodking heads up to the hobo. You always got to be careful when you're doing fake flippering, because if you get hit, it's an instant death, even if you've got a fairy. And that guard with the arrows on the bridge has sniped me more than a few times.
Yeah, that can be rough. That guy and the bullets from the fish.
Trent death warping out of Thieves Town. See if he goes to Hammerpegs now.
And he is.
Oh, be careful, Firewood. You almost got hit by that Zora fish.
Ah, you got through it though.
So this is another glitch, which requires the Moon Pearl, oddly enough. But it allows you to walk on water. And he gets Thieves Town's small key. Meanwhile, Trent finds the Ether Medallion.
Also gets a green potion. And throwing his bottle to the fairy there.
Yep, those fairies are randomized, so you throw in a bottle, they'll give you a random item. Could be a blue potion, or it could be just like a bee or something.
I find it's usually a bee.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what Zora's got for us. Just a map. Para map, so it's at least a little useful, but... And Trent grabs his red mail. I think it was just rupees on the Zora ledge. Either way,
Yeah,
Firewood did not go for it.
It was a big 20, I think.
Is Firewood heading up to Aga Tower now? He does not have any small keys.
Check one chest in there. That's it, I guess.
Yeah, it's a relatively quick check, but it is only one chest. And you know you have to come in here anyway. Hey,
Ooh,
that's our
that's...
Swamp Small. Which we need, but we still have to beat Aga Tower first to even use it. Trent delivers the blacksmith to his home.
And they
Gets
pay
the
him.
silvers.
Guess that's fitting.
Yeah. And he can check Albert the Bat, as we've named him.
Oh, I didn't know he was named Albert.
Yeah, that's a joke from some stream a while ago. Someone meant to call him Alfred because he lives in the Bat Cave, but said Albert instead, and that became his name. Anyway, he gets a pod small key.
So if he can do the hammer jump, he has all the small keys he needs for pod.
Yeah, he did burn that one key earlier on the front door, but I guess it works out for him now. Firewood is finally making his way to pod, so he'll grab Titan's mitts in there. Ooh. Yeah, if you take a hit with that monkey, he runs away. And then you have to pay him another 10 rupees to follow you.
We did pick up purple chests on Trent here. I think this may be one of the last overworld locations here, as well as King's Tomb.
Yeah, at least of the locations that don't require the mirror.
Yeah, true.
Flippers.
So that means Ice Palace now available, and we have the big key.
Yeah, we have the big key, we have Fire Rod, and we don't have the hook shot, which may be required, technically, although you can bomb jump. Purple chest with a rupee hoard.
And I guess it's Meyer time now for Trent.
Where are these Aga small keys? We haven't even found one yet.
Who knows? Maybe in Meyer.
Maybe. And of course, without the mirror of the hookshot, we can't even get to the east side of Death Mountain, which has a whole pile of items. This room's really annoying without the hookshot or King of Samaria, or sword beams even.
Yeah.
Just 10 arrows in the first chest. Trent are down to 1.5 hearts. Gotta be a little careful here.
And he has the powder, and there are a lot of anti-fairies flying around here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Of course, you can't die to the anti-fairies.
Yeah, especially on those conveyor belts.
Firewoodking finally finds his Titan's mate. And with the lamp, he knows right away that he has it. Hey, there's our Thieves' Town big key.
That's 3 more items. We don't have the small key yet.
Oh, Firewoodking does have the small key. Trent did not get it.
Oh, where was it?
I forget where he found that. That might have been Spike Cave, if I remember correctly.
Let's see, where is Trent going here?
That is a dead end.
And nice hammer jump on Firewoodking. He did it so quickly, I missed it.
There's a useless swamp map, since we already know it is a red crystal.
Nothing in the dark rooms.
Just some rupees. Trent misses the first torch. Oh, that's annoying when that happens. So he's got one chest after this room and also a hint. I need to see if he checks it.
I would expect he does, since he's spending all this time for the one chest. Gets a little extra out of it.
Oh, that's useless.
That could be useful. Almost there in the vanilla big key chest.
Firewoodking finding another pod small keys. Kind of wishing he went there first.
So far, not too much in Mire outside of the Thieves' Town big key.
We've got 2 chests here. We cannot go to the back without the Cane of Samaria. Oh, we did also find bombos in Misery Mire. I missed that.
Yeah, it wasn't the vanilla big key chest.
Trent, unfortunately, missing this collapsing wall. It's a bit tricky to get there without the hook shot. You have to dash around perfectly.
He has to make sure he doesn't bonk there, and that's kind of a problem. And he does it again.
Firewoodking grabs his ether medallion from the hammer pegs. And just some bombs.
Just for bombs.
Trent is going to turn in his green pendant, I guess. I don't think either player's done this yet.
I think Firewood did, maybe? I think he did before going into pod.
Okay, it's just a piece of hair.
Yeah, doesn't matter. And I guess it's ice time now.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Firewood makes his way to Mire. Oh, Trent hasn't done the water stuff yet.
Yeah, so maybe he's gonna do that first.
Firewood King was trying to go to Checkerboard Cave and then remembered, oh, I haven't got the mirror yet.
Yeah, I guess he's used to routing that in there. I just forgot about it.
That was a... Oh, okay. He was fluting. I thought he was doing a map check for a sec.
Yeah, me too. They found the eastern map and the Turtle Rock map, but neither of them have done a map check. Oh, there was the Thief's Town small key.
Ah. So both runners, just quickly doing checks we've already seen, so I'd like to just take a quick moment to remind you guys, follow these runners, putting on a great show for us. They're great runners, and I've thrown their links up in the chat, so give them a follow, show some support.
And also follow the Speed Gaming channels. I think 126 it is now. Well, more rando and more exciting games, more exciting races.
Alright. Still have no access to East Death Mountain. So what is left? Ice Palace?
The back of Thieves Town.
Back of Thieves Town, that's true. We don't know if it's a pendant or crystal yet. Oh, Chad is saying Harrow was a pendant and Eastern was a crystal. It must have been a quick map check I missed.
Yeah, I missed it as well. Well, that's good to know.
There we go. Yeah, we see a crystal at Ice as well, and at Pod. So, I believe it's just Turtle Rock, Thieves Town, and Desert that we don't know yet, so one of those is a pendant.
Yeah, chat making a good point. Firewood King actually has the Turtle Rock map. So once he checks it, we're gonna see what Turtle Rock is.
Yeah, and
If it
I'm assuming Trent will finish out Thieves Town, so we'll find out what this is. Getting a hint about that sword, we already found a catfish.
And if Turtle Rock is a pendant, I guess we know the other two are crystals.
Yep. Hey, there's our Cane of Samaria. So we can
Yeah.
go clear out Mire whenever they want.
And it's just one item, but it would finally mean a crystal. We're 1 hour in and neither of them have a crystal, and I guess as a runner, when you're 1 hour in and don't have a crystal, you don't feel too good about your run.
Yeah. Less so in Key Sanity, but you still, I mean, 1 hour with no crystal is kind of a long time. So we got 2 more chests we can check down here, because we do have that small key. $300. Firewoodking also going into the same thing.
I guess both don't want to go into ice.
And who can blame them?
Yeah. At least it got better in version 30 with the 3 extra hints there. You can get some extra value.
So just bombs in the big chest.
Oh yeah, Firewoodking still doesn't have the flippers, right?
Winter is a great time to chill, says Blonde.
And always with the best puns.
This fight, of course, is completely scripted, so if you do it perfectly, you can easily do this without a hit. Trent does take a hit, but still gets a perfect kill. And we finally have our first castle tower small key. Of course, we still need 1 more before we can beat Aga and go grab that mirror off the lumberjack ledge. So back at Thieves Town with a couple of absolutely required items.
And also it's the red pendant.
Oh, it was a pendant. So we know all our pendants now. Hera, Thieves Town, and School Woods.
And that also means we have to find the ice rod for Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Trent's gonna go to Aga Tower. He hasn't checked the first chest, so this is 2 new items for him. And 1 new item for us.
It could be a huge play if the second chest is the second key there.
Yeah, or if it's any other sort of required item.
Yeah, hookshot especially.
Bookshot would be big. The book would be nice too, because then we can clear Desert Palace. Well, actually, no, we don't have the big key. Just a heart container.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, so really, say their biggest option right now seems to be Ice Palace.
Yep.
Trent's first gonna probably do Spike Cave, I guess.
I guess he really hates Ice Palace. And Firewoodking beats Blind as well.
where's Firewood gonna go next?
Chat is asking about the Ice Palace bomb jump. Bomb jumps are never required by logic.
Yeah, I don't, even in glitches mode, I don't think they're required.
Ooh, I don't know. I have no idea about glitches mode.
Yeah, not totally sure about that, I guess, but I don't think they are. Trent again gonna put off Ice Palace and go to Misery Mire.
So both are gonna meet here in Misery Mire.
The Firewood King is gonna save a little time here because he can just full clear Mire in one go, whereas it's a double dip rather for Trent.
I mean, both went in here before, so both are double dipping.
Oh, Firewood did go in here, right. Oh, that's right, the Thieves Town Big Key was in here. Well, let's see what Vitreous has to offer us, if it's anything more than the crystal.
It's not gonna be the easiest fight. Master Sword with no bow.
Yeah, the cape will help though.
Cape will help. They have some potions as well. Some mail upgrades. And they can transform an anti-fairy to get their health up before they need it.
That's a nice little strategy from Trent that I've never thought. Just use the sword to just line yourself up against the wall and get the brick on every time.
Oh, that's a nice strategy. Firewood King preparing for the fight with the cape. I guess he's doing the strat where he hugs the wall and the cape magic doesn't run down.
He's got all the small eyes down. Now he needs to slash this big guy quite a few times with just the Master Sword.
Yeah, this part is easy but really tedious.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he was just smashing like crazy. I didn't know that.
Just a big 20 from Vitreous, but we do get a first crystal actually. We have 2 pendants, but no crystals until now.
1 hour and 9 minutes in, first crystal.
So yeah, who's going to be the first runner to head to Ice Palace finally? Not sure what else they have left to check.
Firewood still has kings to him. I'm not sure who did purple chest.
He's going to go back in the pod, I think.
Is there even anything in there? I guess it's one chest, maybe. Doesn't have the big key.
He found another small key, so he can maybe check 1 or 2 chests.
Still seems quite a heavy investment for just one or two chests.
Oh, but did he skip the dark maze or was that Trent?
I think it was Trent.
Oh.
I think Firewood did the hammering out. Finally, there is Ice Palace.
Yeah, so I think we have to find something in here. Maybe a joke hint.
Hope they don't go looking for Goma. Not gonna find him in this game.
Hey,
Ooh!
that's a big find. So we got our second Aga small key. It's a firewood king with a huge find in pod.
Yes, it did pay off. Now he can go and grab his mirror. Defeat Aga first, of course.
How long is it going to take Trent to get back there? Especially if you find something in Ice Palace that might lead him elsewhere.
Really depends on what he finds here. If he finds the bow and the pod big key here in Ice Palace, that would be his first destination. Maybe even just the pod big key, make him go there.
Yeah, on the other hand, if he finds maybe the hook shot, he might go over to East Death Mountain.
Which could still work out for him if there's something good there. And I mean, Firewood is gonna check East Death Mountain as well. Doesn't have to be a big time loss.
We get our second joke hint already in Ice Palace.
Also time for the Ice Palace bomb jump here.
Yep.
Looks good. Nice first try.
Using the bombs to take out those penguins. The pengators, I think, is their actual name. Our tracker's hoping for a hookshot in Hookshot Cave. It's always fun.
Yep. Sounds like fun. Also, he doesn't have too much in logic here in Ice Palace since he has no small keys.
Yeah. And no hookshot as well.
Yeah.
Firewood just in the last room here before Aga. Alright, chat. So when we do have to face Aga, we like to play a little guessing game, see how many blue balls we get from Aga. It can be anywhere from 0 up to 15 if you do a perfect fight. So yeah, just pick a number from 0 to 15. See who wins. I'm gonna guess 5.
I'm gonna be nice and guess 3.
There's one.
He responds with a boomerang.
There's 2 already. 3. Right in the first cycle we get 3. This is not a nice Aga. Oh, I missed that hint that Trent checked there. That was another joke hint. 3 joke hints in Ice Palace. That is disappointing.
Also, based on what chat is saying, we got a hint for the GT big key in the castle tower. So it looks like it's behind Cane of Somaria.
Ah.
So that means either Turtle Rock or on the right side of GT. I think that's all the Somaria lock locations since we already did beat Vitreous.
Was that only 3 blue balls? I kind of lost count there, but I didn't see any after the first cycle.
Yeah, the first cycle was really bad, and then I guess he was really nice.
So I guess you were right.
Yay.
Hey, there's our pod big key, so that... Well, he doesn't have the bow yet. But that is something that might get him back over there for that castle tower key. And firewoodking finally going to grab his mirror.
But I'm a bit worried because he still hasn't checked Kingston. Still doesn't have the flippers.
Yeah. There's another Turtle Rock small key in Ice Palace. Because we don't really need the flippers yet until we want to go into Swamp. Although now that he has the mirror, actually, he could go into Swamp, but still doesn't have the hook shot. But he is going to go over to East Death Mountain. Finally, we'll have our first look at this area. First, we're going to get a little rant from this bubble guy.
Oh. That always hurts. Such a waste of time.
So, useless Meyer small key. And meanwhile, Trent takes on Cold Stare.
Using the fire rod nicely.
Yeah, you want it when you only have the Master Sword. You really want to get as many shots to land with the fire rod as you can, because the Master Sword takes a while to kill them.
It just takes forever.
Just 100 rupees, but he does get a crystal.
There's nothing too big in Ice Palace. We got the pod big key, so that could help make him go to pod where he actually needs to go.
Well, they are useless when we've already full cleared Misery Mire. Firewoodking was just able to check 2 chests in Harris since we haven't found a single key for there either. Although we did get that hint early on that there is just a heart container in the basement of Hera, so we don't need to worry about that one.
This is just a pendant, so...
Yeah, so we may not even need to worry about it at all. There's our Swamp Big Key. So once Firewood gets his flippers out of King's Tomb, Swamp will be fully clearable. Actually, sorry, we need the hookshot as well.
But yeah, Trent checking the Eastern Palace big chest here. You can't complete the dungeon without the bow. However, if this is the bow, that would be a massive advantage.
Yep.
No.
Not quite. It's some ammo for the bow, but Not the bow. Firewoodking, meanwhile, in Paradox Cave. These are new checks for us. There's a Desert Palace, big key, absolutely required.
And another dungeon we can complete then.
We still don't have the small key, so there's 2 chests we can't check. We may not need to. And yeah, with that mirror, we do have access to Desert Palace now.
Trent is going to pod now.
Yeah, so he should be getting his, what do you call it, Castle Tower big, or small key.
Even though it looks like he's a bit behind now, he has the advantage of having done ice already.
Yeah.
And we know it's not going to be go-moded.
Yeah. Firewoodking finding a shovel in Super Bunny Cave. So there's a fetch quest for us. And what is our Turtle Rock medallion? I did not see that.
It doesn't matter, we have all 3 of them.
Oh yeah. Alright, let's see Hookshot Cave. We can just get the first chest here because we don't have the hookshot. But it is a pod small key, which we don't really need anymore. But that is the final one.
Also, we still need a lot of stuff for Turtle Rock here. We just have 2 small keys, no big key, no ice rod.
Floating Island, just a GT small key. Actually, that's our first one. Not too often you go this long into a seed without finding a GT small key. Firewood is going to dip into Turtle Rock, it looks like.
And there's a hammer gun. Ooh! Just missed it on Trent.
Yeah, I believe Trent did use the small key on the front door, right? So he does have to do this hammer jump if he wants to full clear pod.
And there's our boots hint. Every seed has 1 hint about the boots. And we found them almost an hour ago.
So in terms of items, we are still missing the bow and the ice rod and the hookshot. Whoa, there's the bow. Alright, that is a huge find for Firewood.
And his Turtle Rock dip pays off immediately.
Firewood remembering he does not have the hookshot, so you have to go around the long way in this room. Trent finally making his way up Aga Tower, and we'll get his mirror eventually.
Should also be getting the hint about the GT big key.
Firewood is going to go a bit deeper into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, you can go to Mimic Cave, check the chest with the chain chomps, and if he wants to, he can check the vanilla big key chest. The question is, does he want to? Does he want to use the key for that?
Yeah. Yeah, it requires a cane of Samaria, so there are a few chests in Turtle Rock where that can be, or it could be, well, it could be on Vitreous, except we've already beaten him. Or it can be on the right side of GT, which seems the most likely at this point.
Did Trent actually check the hint? I didn't see it.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, good.
Alright, so firewoodking can check Mimic Cave, and then can go down and check the 4 chests in Laser Bridge, and the 1 chest, or, yeah, you
No,
can.
he can't get to Laser Bridge.
Oh, that's right, he needs a big key, never mind.
Yeah. It's not inverted, unfortunately.
Yeah. And there's another GT small key.
Yeah, pretty useless at this point.
Alright, where's firewood gonna go? Well, he's not going to ice piles.
Maybe he's gonna do Graveyard Ledge.
Oh yeah, Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb. Hopefully he does that with his flippers. Trent finally beats Aga, and he can get his mirror. Oh, Firewood is going to do purple chest. He can check cave 45 and the shovel spot actually as well. So there are a couple new checks for us. And he... oh no, he doesn't have flippers. I was going to say he could dip into swamp. But he has to get those flippers first. Just rupees in cave 45.
And the mirror is gonna be Trent in a second.
The hook
Ooh.
shot! That is a huge find. Problem is, does it lead him back to Hookshot Cave and away from that King's Tomb? Or maybe it leads him into Ice Palace with a fake flipper.
Looks like he's gonna check checkerboard here.
Yeah, and maybe Desert as well.
Oh yeah, true. I haven't seen that yet.
The shovel was in Super Bunny Cave, I believe.
I don't remember the exact location, just somewhere on Death Mountain. And Checkerboard just has some money.
Key on the desert ledge. Don't need that anymore. Alright, what do we got in the torch? Half magic.
That's pretty useful.
Yep. Oh, look at that. Did you see that hint?
Yeah, that means we know it's on the right side of GT.
Oh, that's pretty good. So we can play a guessing game. Only there'll be 5 locations instead of 22. Hey, there's the book inside Desert Palace.
So we can check pedestal now?
Yeah. Pedestal could still contain the ice rod. Or perhaps the Turtle Rock Big Key. Firewoodking gonna go back and face Land Molus. Should be pretty easy. We can use the fire rod or the silver arrows.
Yep, that's all you need for Land Molus.
That's his Desert Big Key. Firewoodking is going to use the silvers. Ooh, misses the last one. It gets it on the second cycle. And just a heart container. Yep.
So the question is, where is he gonna go now? Looks like maybe Bombo's tablet. It doesn't have the flippers. The flippers are in King's Tomb, and I'm really worried that Firewoodking just forgot about that location. Since it's been available for quite a while. Let's see what's on Bombos here. Oh, just more arrows. Could complete Eastern here. Could fake flipper into ice. looks like it might be graveyard. No, he's checking pedestal. So get your hype ready, chat. We're gonna find out if this is pedestal required. And it's just more arrows. So no pedestal today.
Alright, is this the play finally for Kingston Graveyard Lodge?
I hope it is. It's gonna be Graveyard Ledge for sure. Hope he also remembers Kingston.
Alright, what do we got? Just bombs.
Yeah, and he finally remembers. Finally goes in there.
Yeah. So I imagine we'll be going straight to Swamp Palace after this.
Yes, that would be the logical play. Because I doubt he's gonna go into Ice Palace.
We could check the Bombos tablet as well while he's here.
He did that.
We did.
Yeah. What was this? Just 10 arrows.
Now, is Trent gonna steal the key, or is he gonna check this the vanilla big key chest? He is gonna check it. It's a Desert Palace small key. Well, that's 2 items.
If that has something, that could be a huge advantage.
That would be a massive advantage for Trent, because that might be one of the last places Firewoodking will look. Cane of Smarty in Thieves Town. Well, thanks, we got that. Yes. Oh, there's the Cane of Burna.
Always nice to have.
So yeah, it'll be really interesting to see when Trent makes his way to Desert, since he can full clear it now. So I think it would make a lot of sense for him to go there as soon as he's finished with Death Mountain.
Yeah, it depends. If he does check the shovel spot first and find the hook shot there, he might go into Swamp before Desert. If he doesn't check that, could go straight into Desert.
He's going for Desert. So let's see what we turn up in those 2 chests on the right-hand side. If there's an important item there, this is massive for Trent.
You know, it could also be a TR small key, I think. Or could it? Maybe, I don't know. The
Yeah, I'm not
logic
sure
would allow
exactly
that.
how the key logic works, but I mean, I think it would work. Got a map for pod, don't really need that. And we did have that hint about left side swamp being useless.
And he remembers it, which is good.
We've got 4 more checks left in swamp. There's 2 of them. Both just bombs.
We did check pad and it was just 10 arrows. Also nothing in the swamp so far.
Yeah, 1 item left on Argus. Trent grabs his book, and here we go. Here are the 2 chests coming up that were locked by that small key that Firewoodking did not get. First chest, just rupees.
Now 1 more.
Just a piece of hair. Oh. Alright, well, Firewoodking not missing out on anything important.
And saving 1 small key. It could still be important.
Yep. King takes down Argus with a silver arrow and gets a small key. Crystal Woods. Pretty useless at this point.
I guess we don't have a lot of locations left here. Just Armos Knights. And 2 locations in pod. But Trent can... I think he can check them. Right?
Firewoodking is first going to go to Ice Palace though, which makes sense.
Yeah, it's... I think 8 items here.
What was the pod big key was in here, wasn't it?
Yeah, the pod big key was here.
Yeah, so he'll do ice and then I assume probably just go straight to pod next to finish that off.
And then do Eastern just after pod. Save that.
So, really, I think we're just looking for the ice rod at this point. I think we got all the keys we need. We know where Ganon's Tower big key is.
We still need the Turtle Rock big key.
Oh, we need the Turtle Rock big key, that's right. Yeah, so just Ice Rod, Turtle Rock big key looks like what we need.
Looks like Trent wants to see Pedestal as well. We know it's just 10 arrows.
Is Trent going to check Graveyard Ledge, I think? Maybe Cave 45?
Looks like Graveyard Ledge. We know he needs to check the shovel spot for the hook shot. Could also complete both Pod and Eastern right now.
Just like to throw out another reminder in chat. I've posted the links to these runners' Twitch streams, so you know, give them a follow, show some support for them putting on a great show for us.
Yeah, they're doing a great job here. They definitely deserve that follow. Looks like we're gonna see the Pod Eastern play here.
Yeah, so Helmusar and Armos, both bosses we have not seen yet. We're still looking for that Ice Rod and the Turtle Rock Big Key. We know that the GT Big Key is on the right side of GT.
We also still need one small key for Turtle Rock.
Yeah, well, Trent will, because he used a key on that door. He could have stolen one. Firewoodking needs to find another Turtle Rock key as well. Trent coming up to the Helmusar rather.
So we haven't found a single Ice Palace small key. So
That's
I
interesting.
expect some of those to show up soon.
Yeah, have we checked all the overworld spots? Is there anything left?
I don't think so. I think we checked everything there. Oh, we didn't check Ether.
Oh, that's right. Could be something there. Still several more locations in Hera, but we don't have any keys for that. We know that Hera Basement is just a heart, so we don't need to worry about that. And finishing off Helma with a silver arrow.
Nice and quick fight there.
Just a heartbeat.
No reward. Firewoodking misses the spin here on the cold stairs.
Yeah, he does get quite a few fire rod shots off, though, with that half magic.
Yeah, that certainly helps there. And gets some nice double spins in the end and finishes cold stair here.
Meanwhile, Trent makes his way into Eastern. He'll face the Armos Knights. And Firewoodking heads to pod.
And he's gonna complete the double here as well. He also hasn't checked the big chest in pod, as well as the big chest in Eastern. He's probably gonna check those as well.
This has been, I would say this has been a pretty brutal seed so far. We've had to have lots and lots of double dips all over the place.
Yeah, the whole Mira lumberjack and no access to East Death Mountain was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Also, we still only have Master Sword.
Yeah, and of course no Ice Rod yet. Can't be in GT at least.
Yep. Nothing here on Armos.
So is it just the Ether tablet left? I mean, what else is there?
I can't think of anything else. Did we check Hookshot Cave?
Oh yeah. Okay, there's 3 items there. Yeah, we got the first item, but
Yeah.
oh, Pyramid Fairy. Can we check that? Yeah, we can.
We can, I don't know, did we get a hint for that? I don't remember.
I don't think so. Alright, let's see what we got at Pyramid Fairy. Oh, Trent hasn't done Swamp yet. Or has he?
No, he doesn't have the hook shot yet. He still has to check the shovel spot.
Oh, that's right.
Which he's gonna do here.
No firewood completed ice.
Yeah, he did it very early.
Yeah, so yeah, we've got 3 chests in the Hookshot Cave. We've got the Ether Tablet. We've got Pyramid Fairy. And I can't think of anything else that we haven't seen that we can access.
The numbers on the dungeons are the number of small keys they found for that particular dungeon, since it's a key sanity seed. Those keys are spread all around the world, and they have to pick them up before they can use them in the dungeons. So I think Trent is gonna go into Swamp here.
Yep. Firewoodking, I'll go do his Homo fight. And also grab the big chest.
Still, it looks like Firewood has pretty significant advantage here. Because First of all, he doesn't need to find any more turtle rock keys.
Yeah.
Small keys, I mean, and second of all, he's a bit ahead because it's gonna be faster to clear Helmasaur here than to complete the entirety of Swamp.
Yeah. Although as long as Trent remembers that hint, he doesn't have to do the left side.
Checking that useless hint as well.
Trent misses the ball. I hate that first room. It's almost impossible to get through there without taking some damage.
Yeah, if you dip it early in green mail or something, you can just take a million hits from these enemies. Get real tough.
Going through the Troll Dark Room. And Firewood comes up on Helmasaur. Okay, so that is Pod and Eastern complete for Firewood King. So now all he has left is just a few overworld checks. So if I had to guess, I'd say he's going to do Pyramid Fairy first and then do those 4 checks on Death Mountain. Yeah, if you just got here, we're still looking for the Ice Rod and the Turtle Rock Big Key. We don't have the GT Big Key, but we had a hint that it is on the right side of GT, locked behind the Cane of Samaria.
We could also have a scenario here where we find the Hera Big Key, where we find some of the Turtle Rock stuff in Hera.
Yep. Yeah, the bow was in the first chest of Turtle Rock, which I believe is the Vanilla Compass chest.
And Firewood remembers that he can use the Aga portal here to make this bomb check quicker.
Ice Spell, Small Key, Tempered Sword. Well, Tempered Sword is nice, but there's no progression in there. So we have 4 spots on Death Mountain. Having a little trouble with those arrows in August. It's not easy to hit him when he moves that fast. Firewoodking, I guess heading up towards the Ether Tablet.
Yeah, it makes sense to check that first.
The good thing is, most of the areas they haven't checked are in Hera and Turtle Rock, so they don't have to go too far. Just rupees there, so something is in Ho-Chok Cave. And they're hoping it's the Turtle Rock Big Key, and not the Hera Big Key.
I mean, even that wouldn't be too bad. The worst would probably be Turtle Rock Big Key here, then Hera Big Key on Laser Bridge, and then Ice Rod and Hera.
Alright, chest number 1, rupees. Chest number 2, the Ice Rod. Chest number 3, the Turtle Rock Big Key.
There it is.
Alright, that's both items they need. So I think we can essentially call this go mode, since we know that the GT Big Key is in one of 5 chests in GT. So yeah, it's over 2 hours in before we're finally in go mode.
It took quite a while.
Yeah, this has been just a... This seed has just been all over the place.
Yeah. A lot of required double dips. A lot of locations that are kind of out of the way having important items.
Yep. So looks like Trent will be, I would say, maybe 2 minutes behind Firewood. So not too far.
Yep. But the problem is he still needs to find one more small key for Turtle Rock. If that's on Laser Bridge, it doesn't cost him too much time. But if
Yeah.
that's
Oh, it could be in
Big Key-
Hera. Yeah,
Yeah.
if it ends up in Hera, that's going to cost him a lot of time. Firewoodking, I assume, will not be checking Laser Bridge.
No.
Weighty Words, we already found the Desert Palace key. It was in the Vanilla Big Key chest in Turtle Rock.
He's still
Trent
checking
got
this
that.
chest though. Interesting. Maybe since it's the quick check, he hopes for maybe getting that 4th sword upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, the gold sword is really the only thing that would be kind of nice to have, although not really that important.
Yeah, it wouldn't save too much time, depending on how well he can do the tempered sword strats on Ganon.
Alright, Firewoodking going to take on Trinex.
Nice backdoor strats here from Firewoodking. First head down quickly. And perfect Trinex here from Firewoodking.
Alright, Firewood King on to open Gan's tower.
Also, chat making a good point here. Hovering hookshot cave on the sea would have saved a lot of time.
Oh yeah. So Firewood King not gonna... Oh, he opens that chest. But he knows that the Gan's Tower big key is in one of these 5 chests. Trent, meanwhile, goes way down in the Turtle Rock. Hey, there's that key in the big key chest. So no problems for Trent. He does not need to check Laser Bridge.
Yeah, that's good.
But unfortunately, he is still, I'd say maybe 3 minutes behind Firewood.
Yeah, he needs a Ganon fall from Firewood here to have a chance, realistically. And there it is. That's number 2. We also got the Hera big key.
I'll let you, sir.
So good thing it's not all dungeons.
Alright, Firewood King making his climb up the tower. He's got silver arrows, he's got red mail, he's got half magic, he's got lots of health. This should not be too difficult.
Yeah, I also think he has some potions left from earlier. Don't think he used them all.
Alright, onto the gauntlet. Meanwhile, Trent taking out Trinex. And he'll be heading to GT pretty soon.
Good gauntlet so far for Firewood. No issues there. On to land Molus. And he gets the 1 cycle.
Trent opening up GT. Firewood King now in the torch room.
Yeah, Firewood just needs to execute this. And then he's gonna get his 4th win.
Yeah, so I wonder, I mean, do both these runners feel behind with the, I mean, they both had to do quite a bit of double dipping. They both kind of last locationed a lot of items. Although I'm not sure it matters too much at this point. It's basically just get everything done as fast as you can. and hope you don't see that dot done.
I assume it's a kind of situation where it's just really stressful because you know your opponent could write dot down any second. You know you didn't have a good seed, and you know he didn't have a good seed either.
Yeah. Well, here he comes up onto Moldorm 2.
And Trent losing more time here by actually checking tile room. I guess that's one more reason to assume he felt behind. He made the gamble on tile room.
And firewoodking coming up onto Aga 2 shortly.
Is he gonna get trolled more on blue balls and bad setups here, or is it gonna be a quick one?
And Trent gets his big key. He only has one small key, so he's going to go over here to grab this one.
We got a double here, the firewoodking, and a single.
Single.
That's a good setup.
Ooh, misses the last one.
This is,
4 cycles, not too bad. And firewoodking is into Ganon.
let's see what Ganon has to say today. Ah,
He's got his burrito. That seems to be the one that shows up the most, I find.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That one of the cheese facts are my favorites.
Yeah, burritos are nice.
Yeah,
Cheese is nice too.
nice pork burrito.
Yeah. Alright. Tempered sword. Red mail. Half magic. Silvers. This should be pretty much one of the easiest possible fights.
Yeah, he's already in phase 3. And yes, we found the arrows.
That's a torch glitch, even though you don't really need it.
And
Ooh, just missed the double. Alright. firewoodking takes out Ganon. Get your GGs in chat, folks. As long as he doesn't fall off the bridge, he will be our winner.
And there it is. With an official time of 2:14:42, firewoodking takes this race and improves to 4-2 in the standings.
Alright, let's see if we can get them in here. Yeah, firewoodking is in the waiting room, so he should be with us shortly.
Meanwhile, Trenter finishing up his Ganon's tower here.
And we're joined by firewoodking. GG, congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
So that was a seed, wasn't it?
Yeah, Trenter and I were talking in the race chat. That was just a garbage seed. That was just no good.
Yeah. No, everything about that seed was just all over the place. Just double dip here, triple dip there. It was just, you know, it's kind of seed that just gives you a headache.
Yeah, I would say so. I think I double dipped everything or triple dipped. I triple dipped pod because I didn't get the castle tower key the first time I was there. That was the first mistake I noticed. This is the sort of seed where I'm sure I made like 50 mistakes I didn't notice, and then the 10 that I did notice. So that was one of them that I actually did notice. I could have gotten the castle tower key the first time I was there.
Yeah, I think like Trent kind of had an early lead. I think the point where you got the lead was when you went back into pod for that vanilla big key chest, and that turned out to be the castle tower key. That was a huge moment.
Yeah, I just, you know, at the end of a seed like this, like I'm barely even remembering. I think what the shovel turned into the hook shot, and the mushroom turned into the moon pearl, and all sorts of nonsense like that.
Yeah. And of course, the mirror on Lumberjack is always fun.
Yeah, the mirror on Lumberjack. I knew those castle tower keys were somewhere.
Yeah, no, we didn't find a single castle tower key till over an hour in, which was a little bit nuts.
The other one was in Thievestown, I think.
Yeah, I think.
I don't even know.
Because there was the, I think the Cane of Samaria was in the attic, and then the castle tower key was on line.
Yeah, and I think access to I think the Thievestown big key was in Mire, so that was a required double dip of Mire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a disgusting seed.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Trent is on Ganon. He's on phase 2 here. Using cape strats. Sorry?
Oh, just said the same thing.
Looking at the pedestal with the 10 arrows on it, I feel like there were just a lot of 10 arrows cropping up out of chests. I don't know why I particularly noticed it. It just felt like every other chest was 10 arrows this seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a stretch where it was like 10 arrows, 10 arrows, 10 arrows. Like 5 chests in a row had 10 arrows or something. I noticed that as well.
Just wondering, so what exactly made you decide to go back into pod for that castle key? Because I think that was just that one check that you could do. But meanwhile, you had other stuff open, like I think Ice Palace.
I don't know if we had Ice Palace yet, because I don't think the flippers were available at that time. Were they?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You hadn't gone to the King's Tomb. Yeah, see, oh no!
Oh.
Trent just took a fall.
Yeah, that's rough. He mentioned that in race chat.
That really hurts.
No, yeah, you didn't go to King's Tomb for quite a while. I'm not sure if you forgot about it or you're just trying to rev it in with Graveyard.
Yeah, it got a little bit lost, and then I ended up routing it in once I got the mirror so that I could do the Graveyard Ledge at that time.
Yeah. I was thinking that you might just fake Flipper into Ice Palace, but I guess you just wanted to stay a little closer to the logic.
Yeah, I was considering it. I was hoping that if I got, like, you know, on the off chance I could get Flipper's Go Mode and Go Mode Ice Palace, because it's a rough one to full clear. But by the time I went into Ice Palace, I still needed a ton of stuff. I needed some big keys. I needed the Ice Rod.
Yeah. Yeah, this was like... I can't remember the last time I've seen a seed where Go Mode for both players was over 2 hours in.
Yeah, it wasn't even an all dungeon seed. Felt like it.
Oh. Yeah, Harrow was the only dungeon we didn't full clear, I think. Well, and Ganon's Tower.
At least the hints for the GT Big Key were pretty helpful.
Yeah, that was good. Got that out of the way, but of course we still had our Ice Rod hunt. Luckily, it was, you know, turned up in the same location as the Turtle Rock Big Key.
Yeah. It looks like Ganon's not playing nice with the warps this refight here. He's doing a little nicer now.
Yeah, I think the collection rate is going to be pretty disgusting in this seed. Basically, just stuff in Ganon's Tower we missed. Trent missing a torch glitch, but it doesn't really matter with silver arrows.
Sets up a nice double here though, and
Yep.
finishes it.
Alright, get your GGs for Trent in chat, folks. And Trent finishes in second place with a time of 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 32 seconds. And we see Firewood King's collection rate 170 out of 216. That's actually not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, without all the chests in Turtle Rock, in GT, and without Laser Bridge, didn't get too bad, I guess.
Alright, and Trent is in the waiting room, so he should be joining us any second now. And there we are. GG Trent.
Yeah. Thing. GG over there. Oh.
Hey there, Trent, or GG.
1G at least.
Yeah, okay. 1G is okay. I
Yeah.
don't think there's a second one, no.
That was a rough seed. Like, wow.
Yeah, it was like... I had no idea what like, normally Key Sanity can be really cruel, and I thought, okay, today it might be a bit crueler than usual, because like the last seeds I played in Key Sanity weren't better. But this one needed to step it up or something. I had no idea, like, ugh.
Yeah. This had everything but the ped.
Yeah,
Well,
I expected it, honestly. I expected it a long time ago.
now we knew something was up like right away when we saw that mirror on the lumberjack ledge, and then we didn't find any castle tower keys for like an hour. So that was just trolly.
Yeah. I thought like something is up when I saw that the red crystal is one. In that moment I knew, okay, the mirror is required. This is not gonna end well today.
Yeah. Well, it was definitely entertaining to watch, even if it wasn't so much to play. But yeah, I mean the lead kind of went back and forth. I think you had an early lead, but then Firewood King made a bit of a gamble to go into pod and grab the second castle tower key from the vanilla big key chest. So unfortunately you didn't get that for a little bit longer.
Yeah. That was my last location.
Yeah. So just just like little decision like that, pretty much, you know, this could have been anyone's game really. And even at the end, I mean, it was still pretty close. Unfortunately, you had that Ganon Fall, but you guys are still just a few minutes apart at the end.
I mean, in this seed, there was like some small gambles could have paid off, like the one in Turtle Rock Desert Palace, small key.
Yeah,
I hoped something was there.
yeah, we were saying that, like, if there's something required in there, that would be massive, because Firewood was not going to go back and get that small key for a long time.
Thank God I like cleared everything before I went into Turtle Rock, because I was like, okay, I got everything. Now I have the ice rod in Hookshot Cave. Awesome placement awesome placement, especially when you realize where the shovel was in Super Bunny Cave. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking that it would be really good to hover on the seat. Just
Oh,
save
yes.
stuff from that.
Yeah.
Yes, especially over Death Mountain. That would be the most amazing part you could do there. You would save. What would you save? Everything? Like a lot of back. Especially if you can. Like the mirror was required for Swamp and for Hookshot, for Ice Rod, all stuff up there. It just was a pain.
Yeah. Well, so you guys, that was your second race. So you have your third race will be random settings, but you do get to veto something. Do you guys have any idea what you'll be vetoing?
We already know what we're getting.
Oh, you already know what you're getting. Okay.
Oh yeah.
You want to share that with us?
Yeah, sure. Go on, if I would.
We were randomly assigned. I vetoed inverted. Trenter vetoed Randomizer, and what we ended up with was a hard retro all dungeons.
Oh man.
Mm. Well, it's open and Uncle assured as well, so we at least have a sword.
Yeah, that sounds like a bit of a grind. But I don't know, I've never actually played retro before, so that seems interesting.
Yeah, in hard mode they take some more keys out of the pool, and we have to do all dungeons. So I have a sneaking feeling we're going to be doing some money farming to buy keys.
Yeah, maybe you'll be hitting up that archery game a little bit.
Archery game, Houlihan, yeah. That will be a great scene, I know that.
Yep, and it'll be tomorrow, same time, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Awesome. All right. You guys have any final thoughts or haunted quest?
I think we'll let this seed rest now. We're going to forget about it.
Yeah, we're not talking about this seed anymore. Into the trash with the other one.
I don't blame you.
Play a nice NMG just to forget about this seed.
Yeah. Nothing to think about, just autopilot. Well, alright. Thank you guys for joining us, and GG's. And I would like to throw out a link to the runners in chat. So give them a follow, Trenter TR and Firewood King. And I'd also like to throw out a link for ourselves, Edium2 and Haunted Quest, as well as our tracker, Literally Jen, who did an amazing job today. Key Sanity is quite a headache to track, so well done for her. And also, I would like to remind everyone, we have 720 games total for this entire group stage. If you want to catch as much of the action as you can, make sure you follow Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6, as well as ALTTP Randomizer and ALTTP Randomizer 2 through 5. All right, so with that, I'm Matium.
And I'm Haunted Quiz.
Yeah, and I guess we'll wrap it up. So thanks for watching, everyone, and GG's.
GG's.